Hi, I'm Dino Tripodis. Question: can the world's most superstitious Buckeye fan still hold his ground now that he's a state senator of Ohio? Billy Demora is back on Whiskey Business. Hi, I'm Dino Tripodis, and welcome to Whiskey Business, the podcast not so much about whiskey as it is one with whiskey. And boys, this is a rhetorical question, but and a statement, if you will. But as you go through your lives, and you get established in routines, be they vocations, hobbies, whatever the case might be. Yeah. You establish yourself for a certain way for years, sometimes decades, and you have a routine. Sure. And then all of a sudden, opportunity arises. Right. An opportunity, if you will. Knock. You knock. Right on the door. Knocking, yes. Or you feel a calling, if you will, and you answer that knock on the door. Yeah. You answer that opportunity. Yeah. And as a result of that opportunity, it significantly has the potential to change the direction of your life and kind of throw a wrench into the established routines, especially if you are an individual who lives on rigidity and order.
You got to choose.
And yes.
Right. Where are you going with this, Dino?
Yeah, well, I'll tell you exactly where I'm going with it. Because it has to do with our guest this evening. He returns once again. The main reason he's here tonight, because he was just on the podcast not all that long ago.
6 months ago.
6 months ago. Thank you, Johnny. As we talked to him as Senator William Demora, Senator Bill Demora, our friend Billy Demora. And we talked about the fact that, you won that particular election and all the particulars about that. Yeah. Now he returns, and I was curious. I was wondering if I was going to get that call. And sure enough, I did. When am I going to be on the podcast?
Yeah.
And you were just on the podcast. Yeah. No, not as a senator, as for the Buckeye. I need to. So he still is back and holding on to his superstitious nature where he needs to be talking to me, be it on the radio at 95 or on Whiskey Business here. Yep. Bill Demora is back.
Switched him over to the podcast.
The world's most superstitious Buckeye fan.
He's here.
And esteemed and respected Senator. First of all, again, in all sincerity, because there's not going to be a whole lot of it as this podcast goes on.
I understand
that. Congrats. I know you're working your ass off. And we were talking collectively on the front porch. I was talking about you without you being present. And I'm saying, this man has taken this job extremely seriously, as well any individual who gets that position should. But your commitment, we were able to break bread together a couple nights ago. You go, man. I mean, you're up at 7 and you go till 7 or later in the night. So on behalf of the state of Ohio, we'd like to thank you for your commitment to the office that you
thank you, Dino.
That you reluctantly and yet seriously took into stride, and well done, friend. And yet here we are. I've been so curious as to how this job, which you take very seriously, would affect what you also take very seriously, Buckeye football, as we get ready to Labor Day weekend. Right? This podcast will drop next week before the Buckeyes.
Just a few days before I leave for Bloomington, Indiana, because I'm going to the game. Yes,
you are going to the game.
Absolutely, I am.
First question, and I think you kind of hinted at this when we were having dinner the other night. You're not going to make all the games this year.
I'm not going to make all the away games. I'm going to every home game. Of course, that's a given in life.
Is it?
Oh, I've only missed 4 home games since 1980, so it's a given in life that I'm not missing home games.
Even if the job gets in the way?
The job will not get in the way of Ohio State home games. That's a given. I mean, nothing gets in the way of Ohio State home games.
Is that written in the Constitution?
It is. It's written in Bill Demora's Constitution. I mean, listen, everybody in the Democratic Party knows Ohio State's playing football. Bill Demora is not reachable. So that is continuing.
Did the Republican Party get together and plan?
No, trust me.
Republican hijinks.
This is what we do.
The vote is happening on kickoff.
Yeah, exactly what they do. Football Saturday.
As the only person, we adjourned for the summer on June 30th at 8:30 at night after we passed the budget. I voted no on it because it was a shitty budget. But we have not had anything in all month of July or August. The only person in the State House 4 days a week is yours truly. I have to do all the stuff that no one else wants to do because I'm the only person around because I live 0.8 of a mile from the State House. So I'm there 4 days a week easily. I was there today. I was there yesterday. I'm there tomorrow. So I'm always there. But I'm not missing Ohio State football games for anything in life, and it's not going to change. I mean, if I would have missed my own mother's funeral for Ohio State football. I'm certainly going to miss Senate crap. Yes.
Whose funeral did you miss?
I would have missed my mother's funeral.
Oh, you would have.
But I did not.
Okay.
Unfortunately, she died, not during
the
football.
summer.
Yeah.
Oh my.
That was in the other
That was
contract.
that's how good of a mom she was.
Yes.
She wouldn't put that burden on you.
Yes, she died in May. Yeah. Not during football season. Yes.
God bless her. Do you really live? Do you know exactly how far away you live? You said
8/10 of a mile.
You know you for a
because
fact
I'm
you
the
live
only two senators don't get mileage reimbursement because we live
So
fewer
close.
than 10 miles away, and it's myself and Senator Craig, who has the district most of other part of Fenton County, the Democratic Party, lives in. He lives on the Near East Side, so he only lives like 6 miles away. I live 8/10 of a mile away.
8/10
So I get no mileage reimbursement. That's correct.
Okay, all right. So
I'd be walking to work, I think. I'd walk.
I could, but I have to drive because first of all, the best perk of being a senator is a parking spot underneath the State House, guaranteed every day of the year.
Nice.
365, 24/7. If someone parks it other than me, they get towed. So it's a perfect perk.
Yeah.
All the Broadway shows I go to, the concerts, that spot in the State House is mine and nobody else's.
Nice.
And the ocean is hotter than it's ever been in the history of the globe.
Yeah, that's right. Hell is frozen over, right? But yeah. So, but no. So I'm always in my office. I took meetings today from 3 constituents. I started my day at 8:30 at a school opening in my district, an elementary school that was refurbished over the summer. Grand reopening. I was there clapping for all the 1st through 5th graders that were coming into the school over in Linden. So my day started then, and it's going. I had a dinner tonight, a work dinner, with a union president and former Congressman, Senate candidate Tim Ryan, talking about some stuff going on next year. And now I'm here.
now you're here. You squeezed whiskey business into your busy
That's nice.
Senate schedule.
Well, I did do my second most positive thing being a senator is I tasted 15 barrels of liquor today with the state liquor agency to pick barrels for upcoming releases for Ohio. So first time I've done that with the state, and that was my second best benefit other than the parking spot.
Just 15
apparently
sips.
a tasting that I was supposed to be on, but somehow I got
Come on, Jim.
Jim Canepa forgot to tell me to invite you.
Jim Canepa forgot to tell you to invite me.
James.
I see. That's okay. Don't worry. It cracks all the
good
time.
luck.
You didn't break anything. You're fine. It's
He's
just,
got his mind set
every
on
podcast.
legalizing pot.
and
Canepa.
some of
That's
those
actually coming up.
and it was some very special barrels. I take it.
It was OKI.
OKI. That's
We
good
had
stuff.
6 bottles of. We had tasted 6 bottles of 6 barrels of rye, and 9 barrels of bourbon
From OKI.
from OKI.
That's pretty special stuff.
Well, I don't know anything about it. What's the
OKI
what's the story?
is go ahead. You go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
So-
first.
No,
you go ahead.
This started like 8 years ago. The person that ended up founding, what's the place over the river by Party Source?
Riff.
New Riff. The guy that founded that before he got cemented into New Riff, he started OKI and he had some barrels of bourbon. He got the name OKI, Ohio, Kentucky, Indiana. That's what it stands for.
Oh, I've heard of this.
So then when he got New Riff going, he stopped the OKI, stopped production of it. And so the barrels that he had of the OKI that were in storage went for extreme amounts of money because he stopped making it. A couple of owners of another distillery whose name I can't remember right now, the guy who actually built the New Riff building for him, kept pressuring him. They wanted to buy the label. They acquiesced. So now they have the label. They only had a couple, like 50 barrels, then 100 barrels. This year was supposed to have 200 barrels, and next year was supposed to go up to 900 barrels.
Okay.
It's sourced from MGP. It's right now housed at Bardstown Distillery. That's who's housing it. And the bottles were picked by the master distiller at Bardstown. He picked the stuff for us to view to taste. And so now they're going to expanding, and Ohio's going to get 3 barrels of single barrel OKI rye and 5 barrels of OKI bourbon.
Refresh my. Is Yippee one of the OKIs?
No, Yippee is the one in Utah.
Yeah. But who makes that one?
The one in Utah.
High West?
High West.
High
Yes,
West.
Yippee is High West.
Yippee. Okay.
The people that
I know.
now run this distillery were they used to do they had somebody and they sold it, and they sold it to MGP, and they had a 4-year no compete. And after 4 years, they went and got OKI label.
And here we are. All right. And so before we dig into more of how I think you're going to manage this season with your new state duties, we're going to try. This is the bourbon, and also Hansberry. You're going to do a little bit of business.
Sure.
While we're taking the pause to reflect on said bourbon.
And by the way, this is sample barrel number 19.
19. I take it.
114.4 proof.
114 proof. I
this
take
the
it.
one-
I take
did
it.
you choose
I
this
take
one?
it. The fact that you brought these and Canepa sent these along, that you're leaning towards these and
These
favor
are my
these.
favorite barrel pick. Canepa let me have my favorite picks of both the rye and the bourbon.
Mm-hmm.
They both were unanimously approved to be Ohio barrel picks. So they
Okay.
both will be in Ohio. So this was barreled on my birthday of 2016, 10/21/2016. So the bourbon
Is that why you picked it?
all of them were
Is
barreled. Every barrel was barreled on the same day, 10/21/16.
Okay, so-
So when they bottle it on 10/23/23, the all will be 7 years old.
Okay.
And the rye is 6 years, 9.5 months by the time they.
That's interesting to taste it because they're the exact same age. So it
They're
just
all- and
depends
they're
on the
all
barrel
very-
where
they're
they
all very
are and
similar,
stuff.
but-
Yeah.
For instance, there were 2 of the 9 barrels of this bourbon that nobody liked. We X'd them out. They're not going to be here. And then we had to decide on what the ones we were going to pick.
All right. Whiskey Business is the podcast not so much about whiskey as it is one with whiskey. WhiskeyBusinessPod.com for that's our landing
wife's-
page, our
this is your
homepage.
wife's
HQ, if you will.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's okay. Go
That's
ahead.
all right.
Keep talking.
We're
Easy.
continue to pour.
Good.
Instagram, Facebook. I think we're still on X. It doesn't really matter anymore.
On the what?
X, Twitter.
I
think,
I haven't been able to find us.
Yeah. We're not paying for the blue check, so whatever.
Yeah.
But
Elon
YouTube
Musk is a scum sucking prick.
is on YouTube.
And we'd love to have him on the podcast.
That's right.
No,
Whiskey
you wouldn't.
Business
Yes,
with
I would, actually.
Dino Tripodis on YouTube. Smash that little bell button. You'll get notifications every time we post something. Hit that subscribe button. Ding, 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 ding. There you go. And
to give my mother these instructions, because I told her who was on the show tonight. Now she does not
Hello,
remember you
Mrs.
per se,
Tripodis.
but she knows that I've had you on the podcast before, and she thought it very intriguing that the world's most superstitious Buckeye fan is also a senator for the state of Ohio.
So does everybody else.
And she says, "Well, how do I listen to that?" And I said, "Ma, I will send it to you." So my mother will actually listen. She didn't even listen to her own podcast when she was a guest. She wants to hear yours.
I appreciate it. I love your mother.
Yeah, she's great. She's great. Anyway,
try
did I interrupt the
No,
business?
that's
Did you
about
mention
it.
our friends at Evergreen?
no,
was it.
I forgot about them.
Evergreen.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah, Evergreen. We did not mention Evergreen.
I know, we forgot.
We are part of the Evergreen podcast family, who is wow. You know
Thank
what?
you,
And talk
Evergreen.
about thank you for bringing us into the fold when you did, because Evergreen is just stepping up their game week after week, month after month. They're growing and expanding. They're
Cool.
acquiring.
We got paid last
I
quarter.
wonder if
We-
they're hiring.
They might be hiring. They might be hiring. Who knows? I'm sure. You know what? You want to go up there? You want to move to Cleveland?
I've lived in Dayton. Why might as well live in Cleveland?
Big difference.
A big difference. Cleveland's a
Big-
great city.
Big
Okay.
difference.
well, so is Dayton. Hold on a second.
He's from Dayton. You're from Cleveland.
I'm from Cleveland.
Cleveland. All right. You know, I got nothing to say. I'm from Steubenville. Moving on.
That's it.
All
Go
right.
find
So,
us.
this has got a very fragrant nose.
I gotta say, it smells like cheese in like a kind of a good way.
If it was cheese, I never
Romanda?
picked it. Are you kidding me? I can't have eat cheese.
He has no idea what cheese smells
No,
like.
of course not.
Almost like a blue cheese. I'm serious.
No, I don't pick up cheese. But
Really?
There you go.
I don't smell it.
in the background, if you hear voices, it's my wonderful neighbors, the Mattises next door, also dear friends of Billy Demora's, who love to watch this live while it's happening. So I don't think they've missed one of your appearances.
No, that's.
And Bill
Once you
Mattis,
parked in there,
They're my,
agrees
of
with
course,
me.
I
Blue
parked in the
cheese.
driveway too.
They can't get out. They're trying to tell you
Yeah, I'm trying to get over here.
need your keys.
Oh wow. Okay. How it smells and how it goes in entirely different.
It's very smooth.
Very
not
smooth.
114 proof.
No, but I find that to be the case with a lot of high proof whiskeys. That 114, and then you find out that that's just nothing but smooth as glass. That is
Some citrus in there.
a little bit of citrusy,
Yeah.
very citrusy.
That's really good.
Not very citrusy, but some,
Just
and
a
also,
touch, like a little orange or kind of a. That's me.
and this was one of your favorites out of the bourbons.
This was my favorite pick of the bourbon. It was my number one pick.
It's got like a dry.
I pick up a little vanilla at the end, personally. Very smooth.
good.
at
Do
the
you,
end.
do you have any heat going down? I got a lot of heat.
I got the heat going
bit.
down, and it's got a little bit of a hug at the end, which I always enjoy. I like having a sip of whiskey and having it stay with me for a little bit before I engage in the next sip. So, well done on this one, man. This is great.
This is the one you guys picked?
This is
This is one of the barrels that will be available in Ohio.
Cool.
Late fall,
late fall?
Yes.
Late fall. Okay.
almost winter, because they bottle it on October 23rd, and it'll be shipped here shortly after. So my guess is around holiday time. This will be available in stores.
Well, we're
Will
going
you
to
be
try
telling
it.
us
That's
which one it
great.
is?
Well done on
Not
that
now.
one. The next one coming up is going to be a rye, and then another barrel that I didn't get to pick because I wasn't available.
But I did, of course.
But Billy was. So this one will rest solely on your shoulders tonight, whether or not I like it,
Okay.
because I had nothing to do with it.
Myself and four other club guys. So let's
I
not get too
understand,
carried away.
and for the club guys that know their whiskey, so I feel pretty good about it. But this is a barrel selection for the Columbus Italian Club once again, and they went to Woodford Reserve. This is a Distiller's Select bottle. This is exclusively for the Columbus Italian Club, so I'm very curious. And this one's not really a high proof. like some-
90.2.
Yeah,
And the label is the best thing of it, though. Great. We have a great label on that bottle.
about time.
Yeah.
Yeah, that they got a labeling correct.
Well, the last label we had wasn't bad, but it's not as good as this label.
No, this is the best one yet. I still have a bottle of the Old Forester.
Yeah, I see it.
Yeah.
I have two.
Yeah, still
I
got a
have friends that
bottle
would
I
kill
like.
for those bottles. Everybody loves that Old Forester.
Well, he doesn't have to kill, but I'm not giving it up. So, yeah, we'll try this one after we try the rye. All right, let me ask you. Let me ease into things a little bit because you're in transition for this Buckeye season as a senator, and the university is in transition. Feelings and thoughts on the new president and how he may affect things with his. Well, he doesn't start till January.
Doesn't start till January, so we're not going to be around
So-
for football
so
season,
he's
so I
not
can't
gonna-
blame it on him if we lose.
Yeah. Does that cross your mind?
Of course
that
it
a new
does.
president can offer some sort of.
Of course it does. Although if we lost twice in a row, the team up north, I don't think he can cause us another loss. So maybe him being here, maybe we guarantee a win this year.
Oh,
and
change
little
the
Jimmy
luck.
khaki pants suspended for the first 3 games. So I mean, all these things. But I talked to several friends in Nebraska
Yes.
when I found out about him, and they all love the guy. They say that they're depressed from losing him. They said that Nebraska legislature, which is almost as bad as ours, and the people in Nebraska forced him out because he was a little too progressive and a little too, I guess, pro-student.
A
And
little too pro student.
Yeah.
Is that, I don't think. How's that a bad thing?
Interesting.
well, I mean, Nebraska is Nebraska.
What does that mean?
That means a lot.
Nebraska
of
is
things. It's
Nebraska. And Wyoming's Wyoming,
Well,
and that's where I stand
So,
on the issue.
Don't
a
get me
trivia
started on
question-
Idaho.
An answer to a trivia question, if you get asked this question.
I don't.
Nebraska is the only state in the union with a unicameral legislature. They only have one house. Every other state legislature has 2 houses, House and Senate. Nebraska only has one body, the House. They don't have any Senate. Only one of the United States has one legislative body, not 2.
And why is that?
That's just the way the Constitution is written.
They're Nebraska.
They're also only one of 2 states in the United States that splits up their electoral votes by congressional district. So you can win one district, like Biden won one of the 3 districts in Nebraska last election. They don't do it statewide. Winner wins them all. Nebraska and Maine are the only ones that you can win by congressional district.
Interesting.
So there you go. Trivia
Okay.
questions about politics. I also can bring
That I'll
with
never,
that you'll never know.
ever use
Well,
again.
although
Past
for
tonight.
a close presidential race, those can make a huge difference.
They could make a big difference. Okay, but now we have Ted Carter. Ted Carter is our new president.
Yes.
And
I'm
we're-
excited.
We're actually trying to get him on the morning show for.
I'm trying to get
for
a
an
meeting with him,
interview.
too.
Yeah, you're oh well. Okay, when
as their state senator,
Yeah.
I want a meeting. Yes.
yeah, sure. Well, you'll probably get one before we do.
Well, you never know.
But
He's a Top
they
Gun
want a
pilot.
bunch of capital funds next year, so you never know.
yeah, man, he sounds like the real deal. He's he's a
Top Gun pilot.
Top Gun
That
pilot.
that's why it's weird that you say they think he's progressive because I think of a Top Gun pilot, military hard ass, by the books.
But he wants to advance the cause of the students, and he froze tuition at Nebraska, and he was just at one college. Nebraska's system is like Ohio State. They have several branches. There's a University of Nebraska Lincoln's the main campus, but they have UN Nebraska Omaha and a couple other branches around the state. Like Ohio State has Marion, Worcester, Newark, and Lima. So it's a branch thing, and he was in charge of all of it. And he was pro-student, and he tried to lower tuition, keep it affordable. And everybody I talked to loved the guy, and so I'm starting off my thoughts of him on a positive level.
Okay, good.
Yes.
Good.
It needs to happen in Ohio State. It's too expensive to go there. It's crazy how expensive that place is.
Maybe he'll fix it. Yeah. That'd be cool.
Unfortunately, every board of trustee member is a Republican appointed by a Republican governor, so they're the ones that control things, not the president. And I told somebody, I'll say this thing, the legislative liaison asked me a question, and I said that I was happy. I said, but I don't like any member of the board of trustees, and the main guy in the board of trustees should be in prison for underage sexual trafficking. So, because he should be.
You said that?
I did say that to him, and he said he appreciated my opinion, but he couldn't repeat that. I said, I don't think you should. But I had to get it out to him.
Well,
But you
I'm
just
so
did.
glad you did. Yeah.
lawyer back
Our lawyer friend is giving this he's giving it like the.
The signal.
He's a public figure. I'm not.
Well, you didn't
21.50.
say any names.
That's why I said no names either.
You
Correct.
didn't say any names.
Correct.
All right, so we'll leave it at that.
Everyone knows who he is.
Chip, don't throw gas on the fire.
Sounds like
Here's a thought. Let's have some rye.
Oh, well, hold on.
Drink
Right.
more.
Let me finish my bourbon. I was not trying to rush it.
Whose is
And
that?
as I told Dino earlier, I've had 15 tastings already tonight.
I
So
understand,
I'm.
but they were just tastings.
Well, I poured more than I poured all of you.
They're tiny sips, right?
Tiny sips. They're tasting.
To be clear. To be
You're
clear.
clear. You're perfectly well together. There's nothing.
So this is not admissible in court. It
There's
was
nothing.
sips.
There's nothing. Everything to go to court. This is the rye. Hello, Mr. Mattis. I'm fine, sir.
That's the bourbon.
Sitting here with our friend the senator, which he hates to be called, by the way. This is from OKI.
Okay.
OKI is coming. It's
It's a
coming.
great name. I just love that name for some reason.
Ohio, Kentucky, Indiana. This is the rye, which I'm very excited about.
Bill, are you ready for you and Karen's here?
What's the proof on this rye for starters?
Hold on.
Not that that really matters to me much, but I'm more.
So
about,
this rye was
Oh, I like the nose on this one.
sample
even better.
number 74. 113.9. It was barreled on 1/4 of 2017 and will be bottled on 10/23 of 23. If we picked it, it was going to be bottled. I don't know what they're going to do with the ones we didn't pick, but this is one we picked.
And this is the rye.
Ooh, it smells good.
It smells great.
I actually like the rye more than the bourbon. I mean, earlier today,
I'm
did.
telling you,
Wow.
I continue to push ryes. I've converted a lot of people
except
who
your neighbor Bill
swore,
Mattis, who's full of shit. Right?
who swore they just no rye. But you know what? The battle is being won. There are more ryes available now than there ever has been.
So this mash bill is 95% rye, 5% malted barley. The bourbon mash bill was
Very
60% corn, 36% rye, 4% barley malt.
No wheat.
Both bottles will be on sale for $79.99 when they come to Ohio.
Oh wow, this is smooth.
It's very sweet,
This is
too.
Smooth and sweet, and
It's very smooth and sweet. It had no Kentucky hug when I was sampling earlier.
Yeah, it's completely all the way from the front to the back.
no.
Karen, do you think you
very
agree with
smooth.
that, Karen? I like it. Since you're the only female in the room, so your opinion is the one that matters most.
Karen likes
what do they call it? The Kentucky kiss if it's on the tongue? Tennessee kiss. What's the kiss?
It depends if you're
second
cousin or not.
Oh, I don't know.
Same joke.
This
I know. I was looking for it. I was searching for that joke. Question. Where was this barreled and?
This is really good.
It's right now. It's in Bardstown Distillery in Bardstown, Kentucky.
Kentucky. So they use Kentucky water, like the water source from Kentucky.
No, it was MGP sourced. So I don't know. I don't know where it was barreled, but I know it's where it's being stored right now.
Okay, gotcha.
I can't attest to where it was originally.
well, out of the two, I mean, I thought the bourbon was great, but I would if I had to pick between those two bottles to buy right now, I would buy the rye first.
Yeah, I agree.
I agree.
So I look forward to that. That is stupendous. That's terrific.
That could get me in trouble. What's the?
Yeah, right. It would.
113, I think.
And of
Anything
the
that goes down that sweet
11
smooth-
people that were tasting today, 10 of them had this as the number one pick, and 1% at number 2.
Okay, well there you go.
Whoa.
See, I should have been there. I would have been part of the consensus. I would have agreed.
That was good.
Listen, Dino, it was not me. Again, you can blame our.
I
friend
know. I'm not
Jim
killing the
Canepa.
messenger. I sent Canepa a text. I said, "Thank you for the consolation whiskey."
He did say.
He blamed it on his secretary.
No. He did blame. He's an assistant. Excuse
An
me,
assistant.
assistant. But he did say, "Listen, if you're going to see Dino, take the bottles you like best, and because I want Dino to make sure he tastes some of it." he wanted to make sure you had some of this.
I appreciate that. We love having Jim on the show, and this is exciting news because all this is going to be coming out in the fall. And are you privy? Are you allowed to mention the thing you mentioned to me earlier about the other stuff, or should we just keep that quiet?
He announced it, but
maybe. Well, you know what? I'll let him do it.
Okay,
I'll have him on later on this fall.
Yeah, okay.
And let him do it.
Okay.
Because that's exciting to me.
Very exciting.
Very exciting.
I mean, so he sat me next to him for this, just in case I got out of control. He said, I'm putting Demora next to me just in case.
Keep him in check.
And but he said, we all were virtually the same. On the ryes were easier. The bourbons were a little bit more spread out, but we all decided on the same. We all picked 3 bottles. Three barrels we all loved, and then the other 2 were kind of negotiations. For
Negotiations. All right.
We eliminated 2 of them off the bat, and actually we eliminated Canepa's first pick for the bourbon.
You eliminated his first pick?
Everybody else didn't like it.
Wow.
Yes.
And he stood for that?
He said
he allowed
majority
it?
rules. It was 9-1. His assistant didn't want to vote against him.
He bought the barrel
The rest
himself.
of us did.
Really?
Yeah.
And he
His number 1 pick was the one everybody else eliminated first.
Interesting.
Huh.
I got to say, when we did our barrel pick at Watershed, the one we ended up picking, I said right away, I go, no, not this one. And there's the one we ended up coming around.
I wasn't
picking.
sure about that one either, but I came around.
And we tasted 7.
So-
I must have been the Canepa of the group that night. I go, this is the one. Yeah.
Well,
No,
you
I'm
remember,
saying I didn't like it at first.
No, I'm
Dino,
saying.
if you remember
yeah,
correctly, when we picked our barrel
Right. You're the
of Old
flexing.
Forester,
Yes.
it was 2 against 2, and I cast the deciding vote on the
Yes,
barrel
you
we
did.
picked.
Yes, you did. You did. You did do exactly that. And it ended up being a great choice. Now, this is what we're trying here. Again, this is the Woodford Reserve.
I'm dripping everywhere.
Distillers Select. Yeah, you are. You're sloppy.
Liter bottle for $54.
Yeah,
is a
that
steal.
was a bargain.
Yes.
That was definitely a bargain for
For
sure.
sure. Waste. I got some on my phone, so I'm looking at my phone. Don't want to waste it.
And now you have code.
Mattison's in the back when you're ready. This has been corked, and you can share some of the joy. I got 2 bottles of this. So, though I think, did he get some? Did Mattis get some of this or not? Did he buy some of this?
I only sold it to club members because I was required to do by law.
Right.
When did you guys go down? And
I'm sorry.
pick this?
Did you gift any to Mr. Mattis?
Not yet, but he will get one. They will get one. If you like it, I'll give them a bottle.
Help yourself.
But as you know, this is a club barrel pick, and I only sell it to club members because
Right.
I'm not in it for Bill Demora. I'm in
No.
it for the club.
No, you're in it for the club, and I know that we have some I know that you had an advanced list. I was on it about people, and then the rest is, and I'm sure it's all going to sell.
I think it might have all sold
It
already.
might be already sold. That's
Yeah.
great. That's great. All
We
right,
got
so
180 bottles of it.
So tell them that I've not sampled this. I haven't tried it. Tell me what went into this
Well,
one.
we went down. They gave us, I think it was 4 choices of these little bottles, barrel picks. We tasted them all, and then we had to pick which 2 we wanted to meld together to form our barrel. So it's not a single barrel pick.
Oh.
Because Woodford, they blended 2 barrels, and then they add water to get it down to 90.2 proof, like every barrel.
So we're talking. This is a
I'm sorry,
90 proof.
90.4.
Do they often do a blend like that?
All of them. Every bottle of Woodford is 90.4.
Okay.
They're consistent. Now they have
That's right.
They have special things that they'll do, but for the barrel pick, we had to take our favorite 2 single barrel picks and have them meld in. So they poured them together and added some water, and we tasted it. And all of us, the 6 of us went down, or 5 of us, 6 of us, all chose the same 2 combinations and picked this bourbon. But of course, we never got to taste it like it is because you could add water, but you can't actually get it down to the proof they wanted. So when I tasted it, I of course opened my first bottle, picking it up at the liquor store myself. I tried it before anybody else did, and I love this more than I like regular Woodford.
I may have to pull a Demora on this one and try it again because you drink yours neat no matter what.
It's too light to put ice cube in it.
And when I put an ice cube in this and water in this, it's I hate to say it, but it's kind of leaving me a little flat.
It's fruity.
It's fruity,
What's
but
that?
it's
Cheers?
it's
Oh,
not.
Thanks, buddy.
Because you can't put ice and water in something that's only 90 proof. It's too light. You can only put ice and water in something that's bottle and bond or heavier, as far as I'm concerned.
It's got an interesting aftertaste. It's smooth going down. It's very, very smooth.
It's very smooth. There's no hug to it.
No
And
hug at all. No. Not in fact, it's instead of a hug, I call it a snub. It's
well, you're used to that with women, Dino. I'm not yet, so I'm sorry.
It's going down and just going away from me. Like I want nothing to do with your palate.
It's not very challenging.
Listen.
I'm sorry, Mr.
Again,
Senator.
it's not a single.
This isn't me.
No,
this
again,
isn't me making
listen,
criticisms because I wasn't part of this.
Again, it's not a single barrel.
I understand that.
So we could only choose from what they melded stuff in together and take our best pick. And then we were guaranteed 180 bottles of it, 180 liters, excuse me. And that's what it was. Again, I'm someone who prefers bottled, bond, and higher. I'm always a high proof guy.
Let me rephrase what I'm saying. This is not a bad bourbon.
It's better
all.
than regular Woodford by far.
It's good.
Actually, I agree with that. I
I'm
don't
just
agree.
saying, based on our previous selections, it's not stacking up to that old
It's
Forester.
our only selection that's not barrel proof. There's a big difference.
The OKI we just tasted was awesome.
Yeah, and maybe
So it was high proof, very tasty.
Right. And
So
again,
this-
That's the other thing.
those are
This is
all
a good
flat
point.
compared
You
to
make a
that.
good point.
every one of those was barrel proof whiskey. This is not barrel proof. This is 2 barrels that were both over 100 proof, melted together and added water.
You make a good point. We started off a little lofty and have come back down. So that's why maybe I should come back to this one and I'll
Without
have a better,
water and ice.
a better
without ice.
appreciation
Yeah,
for it.
I'm gonna
I'm
try
not
it
saying
without.
it's bad at all.
Just
I'm not
leave
saying
the
it's
bottle.
bad at all.
Just leave the bottle here.
Texted
I think mine's the back one.
our buddy Brian Moffo.
Brian Moffo, how the hell is he doing?
He's good. He bought a bottle. He says he hasn't opened it yet. Shout out to Brian Moffo. His kids go to school with my kids.
All right, this is just nope, same thing.
I don't care. Whatever.
Oh my god!
I'm sorry, Dino, but
No, it's good.
I like the.
It's better than regular Woodford. I like Woodford double oaked. Regular Woodford is not my favorite. This is much better than regular Woodford.
I haven't had Woodford in a while.
Do you have a Woodford
There's not
over here somewhere?
well, that's another bottle of the club whiskey. I'm
be
so
interested
glad I
to
bought
just,
two.
yeah.
I'm kidding.
Quick,
I'm
before this-
kidding.
before we
it's
drop
good
this
whiskey.
episode, sell
I'm not.
it. Yeah.
You're taking it too
No,
personal.
I'm not that personal, but
It's very drinkable.
when we go down and pick
It's
Peerless,
very drinkable.
When we go down and pick Peerless next year, Dino's not invited. This one put
Oh, you just disqualified yourself,
kidding.
brother.
No, Dino is always invited because I'm in charge.
And plus, you want me there.
I do want you there.
Want me
You are. Yes, we'll drive down. We'll have dinner. We'll have lunch at our Dago place like we did last time.
Are we gonna go down the night before
well,
or day up?
we have to pick dates.
Senator.
I get to pick our date.
Okay.
It'll be either March or April. I have to give them a couple of dates, and they will tell us one of them. So it's going to be a Monday.
Okay. A Monday in.
A Monday or March, a Monday or in April. Or, if we want to get really creative,
Let's get creative.
we
Let's
pick a
get
Monday in
crazy.
April. I go to Keeneland on Friday and Saturday. We go to Louisville on Sunday, and then go pick a bourbon on a Monday. Just saying.
That's a full weekend.
And we do 8 or 9 distillery tours after we go to the track. And we do distillery tours. We end up in Louisville and we pick bourbon. And after we pick, we drive home. That's just a possibility.
Oh yeah.
It's
Do you have to clear this with your security team, Senator?
Yeah.
He has no
Right,
security.
yes.
I'll be his security.
Yeah, right.
I'll be his security team. That's a lot of Dino and Demora time.
Well, it would be you and I and
DD.
4 or
DD
5 other
trip.
guys, not just 2 of us. I think we get 6 people to go down.
In the same car?
Well, I usually drive away my car, but not for doing bourbon stuff. No,
Yeah, no.
they can drive themselves down because most of them got wives and kids. They can't have fun like they're us single guys.
Right.
A single guys.
Yeah.
I have a kid, which she's an adult, but I still.
You're single. I have a great girlfriend. She's now in
gonna
Milan,
ask.
Italy, sending me pictures I'm jealous of. But you're not married. I'm not married.
Yeah, we're not.
We do what we
married.
want to
We're
do.
not
gonna ask
single.
about your
We're
girlfriend,
not
'cause,
single.
We're not married. We're not married, and no
Talked about it last
kids
time.
that we have to responsible for right now.
Right.
And no pets to get rid of the dog.
I didn't get rid of the dog. I found the dog a home.
He doesn't live here anymore.
Choose the words better, please.
You got rid of him.
I didn't get rid of the dog. I found the dog a good home. It was a stray. It was a stray that my daughter picked up in the middle of the night, and we fostered it till it found a good home.
Okay, that's what you
The
say, Dino.
end.
We won't hold it against you when he turns up on the street.
No,
That's
stop, God forbid. Take it back. Take it back.
I take it
That's a
back.
podcast.
I'm gonna do the neighbor Madison. Cut. I'm gonna do that. That's
Podcast remorse.
yeah, podcast remorse.
So can we get back to football for a little bit?
Yes, we're gonna get back to
Yeah,
football.
yeah.
My next question to you is, as we move, because I'm gonna save the superstitious stuff for the end because we've covered that time and time again, and I'm sure that there's been some things that are gonna change for this season based solely on the fact that you're not gonna make it to a lot of the away games because of your schedule. We already determined you're gonna make it to the home games. Now, something that is coveted and still not quite decided: the quarterback position.
Yes.
In your opinion.
It's a huge problem that we haven't decided on the quarterback, and we're 10 days before the first game.
Is it because they're both really good? They're both 5-star quarterbacks, correct?
They're both were highly recruited.
Yeah.
Yes. They both have not shown themselves above each other in practice, which is a problem.
How is that a problem if they're both really, really, really good?
Because you figure by this time, listen, McCord had an heavy advantage. Mm-hmm. He was number one coming into the practices this fall.
Right.
He hasn't distinguished himself. The fact that he was supposed to be the more accurate passer and Brown was supposed to be more of the riverboat gambler taking chances, but Brown is actually have a higher completion percentage in practice than McCord does.
Okay.
I've always been a Brown guy because I want a quarterback that runs. Brown runs, and I want a quarterback at an extra dimension to the offense who can run. We've got
Okay.
what are you talking about?
I'm just joking.
He's
You don't know shit about Ohio State football. What are you fucking
joking.
What is that shit?
He was doing a callback.
Yeah, that's all it
It was
was.
a
Whatever.
comedic callback.
Brown runs anyway.
So we have the best two wide receivers in the country,
Yes,
bar
we do.
none. We have two stud running backs who are both top 15 in the country, rated by everybody. We have a stud tight end, and if our offensive line gels, which is an issue for the first couple of games, that's why you want a running quarterback who can make something out of nothing. I want Brown, but McCord, of course, was a quarterback for Marvin Harrison Jr. in high school.
Mm-hmm.
So
Oh, I didn't know that.
yes, in Indianapolis. So
Go Colts. I grew up in Indy, you know that.
I was in Indianapolis last week. Fuck them.
Nice.
So
Sorry, Mom. I know you don't like the F word.
Sorry, Mom. But I
feel
want
about Indianapolis?
I want to bring an extra added thing to the offense so that people can't defend us at all because they have no idea what's coming at them. That's what I want.
That's what you want. So you want somebody.
I want Brown.
You want Brown to start.
Yes.
So he's
And according to Ryan Day yesterday, they both might play the first game at
Right.
Indiana
Right.
when I'm there next weekend. Yes.
Okay, well let
state.
me shift gears for 1 second. All right, you've selected who you'd like to start as
Brown.
quarterback. Okay, let's go deeper into the season for just a moment. And
Game number 4 at Notre Dame. Is that what you're talking about?
no, I'm not talking about game number
All
4
right.
noted, but that will be a good one.
I'm there. I'm
That'll
going.
be a good one. That's one
So-
of the away games you're going to make. All right, let's
So let's put it this way. I got tickets from Ohio State as their senator. They turned away more people for Notre Dame tickets than they had ever before.
so
for that
parking
game.
spot and Notre Dame tickets.
Notre Dame.
Well, I had to pay for them, but I am there. I mean, as everybody knows, I only wear Ohio State clothes.
Yes.
And since I became a senator, every tie I own is Ohio State tie. Every shirt I wear on the floor is a Ohio State shirt.
As it should be.
Every sport coat I have is an Ohio State lapel pin in it. I still wear every Ohio State watch
Yes.
as a watch. So, and I've represented Ohio State on several issues that they wanted and also several issues they didn't want. I've represented my university as I should.
Yeah.
Bad bills I vote no on. The good bills I want I vote yes on. I sponsored some stuff for them. So I represent my university. I've taken tours of lots of things on campus. I'm on campus all the time. So as their state senator, you know, first thing I did, I got sworn in and it was January 2nd. I got sworn in. 10 minutes after I got back to my office after the swearing ceremony, I let Ohio State message to know I wanted 4 tickets to Notre Dame game. That's my first request. So I was the first person to request them, and I'm their state senator, so I got tickets. Yes.
Okay, well, good.
I had to pay for them $195 each.
I understand.
course,
No,
of course, yeah.
I understand. No freebies. You paid for them like a regular person,
Yeah.
but you know it's good that the senator from Ohio will be represented.
The person who's the alum who represents them, who wears nothing but their clothing, I hope they give me tickets. Yes.
It's a no-brainer.
It's a fine choice. I'm not arguing the choice at all.
Have you
But
been to
now,
Notre Dame?
Do you think
A big
that's
game?
going to be an exciting game? I mean, that's
It's a night game, yeah.
yeah, it's going to be.
I'm staying in the state up north the night before at a cottage of a friend.
Really?
Cottage in Michigan.
Nice. All right.
With my girlfriend. I'm staying with her.
No.
So I mean, if
sex,
we lose,
no sex. What are you
if we
talking about?
lose, is because I'm staying in the state up north with my girlfriend.
Oh, shit.
So I got double whammy breaks there.
I keep bringing his microphone level down and down and down.
I know because he
Louder and
says
louder.
because I
Oh, and let's
remember
put this out too. So
I remember previous podcasts where you're not supposed to have sex before an Ohio State
no,
game.
no. I had sex before every game last 2 years, and we won all but one of them. So sex is now in.
Wait, no, but you won all but one of them. So doesn't that, as far as the superstition,
That had to do with something else. That had to do with something else.
Oh no! How was the sex that night?
No.
Sorry.
No. I don't know. That's a little
position.
beyond.
That
That's a little too much there.
So was it before the Michigan game and then the Michigan lost? So are you going to abstain before the Michigan game this year?
Yes.
Okay, which brings me to the question I had before you brought up the Notre Dame game, which is going to be huge. That's going to be very emotional for a lot of reasons, obviously.
Fuck Notre Dame. But go ahead.
But still, I mean, okay. Let me backtrack.
Fuck Rudy. What about else?
Fuck what?
Fuck Rudy.
It's a good movie,
Leave
man.
Rudy alone. It's a good
talking
movie.
about?
Whatever.
It's a good movie.
Whatever.
But it's got a lot of emotional impact. Would you support Notre Dame in as far as away from Ohio State because
Never.
Lucas-
I've never rooted for them in my lifetime. Only when they play USC in the state up north.
Okay, all right. Then you'll be a Notre Dame.
Those two teams.
Okay, fair enough.
But do you not agree with, like, you want to make sure that the person that you beat is a top-ranked team that's undefeated?
I hope the team up north goes 0-11 every
I'm talking about
fucking year.
Notre Dame
It's
right
not
now.
going to go.
I'm talking
11,
Notre Dame
which
right
brings, we're talking Notre Dame. Notre Dame will be in the mix.
No, they'll lose 3 or 4 games. Fine.
They always-
and one of them will be
let down.
they'll lose to us.
Yes.
Okay, so big question: Ryan Day, Michigan, or State up north.
If we lose to them, you got to fire him. Yes.
Are they going to fire him?
If they lose the third in a row, he's out.
Do you think so?
Gene Smith is gone. Ryan Day is gone. Get rid of both of them.
There
You
go.
think that happens?
Bring in somebody from Top Gun.
They win every game leading up to Michigan.
Okay, I'll preface that. You just said if we win every game, lose this team up north, we'll still make the playoff like we did last year. And if we win the national championship, all is forgotten. Not all, but a lot. But if we lose the team up north and then not make the playoff, or lose the team up north and lose the playoff game, again, we got screwed with the targeting call.
Yeah,
Should have
that-
first and goal on the
that was
three.
a
We
bad
should have won
play.
that
I
game.
understand. I
was there.
understand. I understand.
Sat next to Chris Carter that game.
I
Hall of
understand.
Famer.
Yeah.
Whole game.
Yeah.
If we lose the team up north and make the playoff and win, then of course most is forgotten. But if we lose the team up north, not make the playoff, out. He's done.
And then who comes in? Because you know they got somebody in the.
Well, Luke Fickell wants it, but I bring in the coach of the Tennessee Titans, former All-American, former Patriot Super Bowl star.
Laryngitis.
No,
not laryngitis.
No,
What are you talking
Vrabel.
about?
No,
Vrabel.
Vrabel.
What are you laryngitis?
Laryngitis? What, are you smoking crack over here?
Yes, he is. I think he is. I'm concerned about the
From
boy.
Indiana.
You're from Indiana.
No, I think we've been Vrabel at that point.
Okay.
Would he take the job, though?
Yes.
Oh, yes.
Yes, he would. Of course
All
he
right.
would.
Of course he would.
Of course he would.
I mean, all these guys in their contracts say, I'm allowed to break my contract if Ohio State offers me the head coaching job. All of them do. I mean, if Luke Fickell signed with Wisconsin,
Yeah.
if we offer him the job in this contract, he says he can take our job without penalty because it's in the contract, he can come back to Ohio State. They all said, the reason we got Urban Meyer is because he said he'd only go to Ohio State. Mm-hmm. Did you see his wall? ESPN had a picture of Woody in the middle of it.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, he was only. I mean, I knew he was coming.
It always comes back to Woody.
That's right. You haven't been in my office yet.
No,
I think
I
Bill
haven't.
and Karen had, but my office is a picture of Woody, a
Yeah.
picture of the stadium,
Yeah.
some political pictures in my office. All people, Democrats, have taken pictures of.
Sure.
And then in my regular office is all pictures of all old photos of Ohio State's campus.
Nice. Nice. I do have to come down to your office.
You do. You have to come by.
Yeah. Do I
You're
need an
towards-
Do I need an appointment?
No, you don't.
I want to go there.
No.
No.
You asked him a sex question. You're out.
And I don't know anything about
And
football.
I do have bourbon in my office, by the way.
Okay. Well, I expect every respectable senator to have a little bit of bourbon.
That's
in
correct.
The top drawer.
And the respective ones do. Yes. Not top drawer, hidden in the cabinet.
Oh.
She go there and
So,
shoot some
so yeah.
B-roll.
So I mentioned Notre Dame. That'll be a most. But is Wisconsin on our schedule this
Yeah,
year?
Wisconsin, yes.
Yeah.
Don't look, ask him.
Yeah. So how you feel about that one with Luke?
We're gonna kill them. They're instituting a air raid offense this year. They brought an offensive coordinator who does air raid. He used to coach with What's his name that died at Texas Tech last year?
Oh boy.
I was gonna make. I don't know.
Oh, the guy who was hysterical. Mike Leach. He coached under Mike Leach. He and Purdue, Wisconsin and Purdue this year are bringing in air raid offenses for the first time in the Big Ten. And that's Wisconsin folks used to big, fat, white offensive linemen and a big running back running behind their offensive lineman. And that's what they've been for 30 years. And now they're going to successfully.
Yeah.
Except against us. And now they're bringing air raid in, so we'll see how it goes.
So
They
air
both
raid,
have-
like I think Oregon. Is that what you're thinking?
No, air raid is
What we're doing?
Mike Leach. It's not Brian Kelly. It's Leach.
Gotcha.
Different kind of stuff.
So,
And both quarterbacks of Wisconsin and Purdue were transferred from a college in Texas last year.
let me backtrack a little bit. When Luke got the job as the as the coach, do you think that he would come back and be obviously better now as a coach than he was when he had that first run?
Yeah,
with
he was
Ohio
deer in
State?
headlights.
He was a deer in headlights. So you'd be okay with that if it was Luke. If Ryan Day went away, and I'm hoping that he beats the team up north and beats
little
Jimmy Khaki Pants. I hope that happens. I hope the streak is broken and we get back to our winning
That'd be
ways.
nice.
Because I like Ryan Day.
I do too.
I like Ryan. I think he's a great coach, and I always have an issue when Ohio State sometimes drops somebody, in my opinion, over the years too quickly.
He's young too, so
Yeah, I mean,
he's got
listen.
a future.
So you'd be okay.
Maybe the penalty will be if he loses a third time, he has to give up play calling, 100%. I mean, if you saw the dispatch just the other day, can a head coach who calls his own plays win that championship? Because it's never happened before in the playoff era. No head coach who's won that championship has called their own plays. Just saying.
Okay.
As somebody who follows the sport and whose religion is Ohio State football, that could be the issue.
Is that your religion? Were you baptized that way?
I was
You were
better in the Catholic Church any day.
Okay.
Less rules.
All right. So let me less rules. Is there confession? Is there confession involved?
Oh, I confess
when
to
you're baptized
Bill
Ohio
Mass every
State.
day I'm drunk. Yeah,
Forgive me, Woody, I have sinned.
yeah, right.
Forgive me, Woody. All right. So, in the past, you've made it to just about every game with extenuating circumstances. You've missed some, but now, is it because of the job you're going to miss some of the away games?
Yes.
Okay, that's fine, and
It
that's
is.
good. And you know what? And I kind of respect that. The fact that for the away games, the job is going to get in the way. Not the home games, but the away
But
games.
it's a different job.
It's a different
It's
job.
my politics job,
Okay.
not my Senate job.
Okay, but it's still involved. Okay, interesting. Interesting. So I can't begin to delve back into all of the superstitions. So let's just get up to date and let's talk about what may have changed for this year that will need to be implemented in order for the Buckeyes to have a winning, not just a winning season. That's what kills me about Ohio State fans. It could be a winning season, but if they don't win them all, we suck.
But no, I mean, listen, we went to the playoffs last year.
I
We
know
should
we
have
did.
won.
I know
was
we
at
should
the
have.
game. If the targeting call is called, we beat Georgia.
I know.
We killed
I
TCU
know.
in the goddamn championship.
Oh, no
I
shit.
know.
Yeah, no
I'm
doubt.
with
So,
you. Everybody,
I
that's not an argument.
Right. So we lost the team up north. We in the first half, I don't think we realized we held them to 9 yards rushing in the first half. And then the second half, something all fell apart, and we couldn't tackle my grandmother. So I don't know what it was. And the bowl game was the same thing. Our defense was a sieve. Now, I'll give our defensive coordinator the second year, and I think we've changed schemes. Sawyer and Tuamalu were just playing nothing but rush pass defensive end. Our Hall in the middle and Simon or whoever else plays starts in the middle are studs. Our linebackers, we have both starting linebackers back from last year, leading tacklers of the team. Our secondary was a weakness last year, and I think they've improved. Sonny Styles is a stud, an absolute stud. He is a man-child back in the secondary. He's going to wreak havoc on opposing defenses. If Denzel Burke gets his head out of his ass and can actually cover somebody this year, I think we're going to be great. So, I mean, and an offense that if we find a quarterback, we'll be top 5 in the country because our weapons are so deep.
Are you okay with us being behind Michigan in the early polls?
Yeah, actually, I think that's great because it puts all the pressure on them and not pressure on us.
Less pressure on us. Okay, well, let's get down to
And top 5, I mean, we're number 4 in one poll and 3 in the other. So if everything plays out, we're in the playoffs. All that matters, unfortunately, all that matters in college football anymore
is
making the playoffs.
Making the playoffs.
So
I understand.
What year did they expand it?
next year
year,
it
yeah.
goes, I'm on the Columbus Sports Commission. I got appointed to that in February.
Oh, congratulations.
Thank you. So-
I don't know if that's good or bad, but
No, so-
congratulations.
So
Yay.
one of the things that nobody realized next year about the playoffs, because we're talking about we're actually bidding on the Army-Navy game for several years in the future. And I explained to them, I said, well, listen, yes,
Yeah.
but they're going out to bid next year from 2026 to 2029. They're bidding it out for 4 years.
To be where? To be where?
They're bidding out anywhere. So Columbus was thinking about bidding on it to have them play in Ohio Stadium. Okay? But as I explained to them, I said, they didn't know that starting next year, the top 4 teams in the playoff rankings host a middle of December game in their home stadiums against the other teams. So as I explained to them, if we're top 4, like we have been every year for the last 5 going into the playoff system, we host a game in what would be the 3rd Saturday of December in Columbus. And we get a southern team to come up here and play in the snow. We'll see how they love that. But that's the way the playoff system works, is the top teams host the other teams in a home game in their home stadium.
And you would like to see that?
Oh, absolutely.
All right.
Give me
And then it boils down to 4, and then
then the other 4 games are played in the rotating bowl system that they have currently right now.
They do now.
But the
That'd be
first round,
nice. I like that. I like
oh
that
yeah,
idea.
so we get an extra home. I mean, I don't care how cold it is.
Yeah.
If Ohio State's playing a playoff game in the shoe in December,
You're there.
I'm tailgating at
Yeah.
4:30 in the morning like I always do. I don't give a shit.
Wouldn't be the first time.
Right.
Does your guest list for your tailgates change now that you're a senator?
No, absolutely not.
No.
No.
I'm still not on that list.
No, you're
nor
not.
am I.
And you never will.
never will be.
Because you asked a sex question
Although-
earlier. You're out. How many times do I have to say it?
I did
Now-
get invited to use his porta potty once, so I felt very honored. Thank you, sir.
So there
Very
is a
nice
little
of
wrinkle
you.
to that. There's a wrinkle.
There's a wrinkle to what? The tailgate?
Tailgating.
Tell me what? What's the wrinkle?
The porta potty?
No.
The porta potty's been ordered, but I'm not going to advertise it. That's correct. I'm not
Okay.
going to advertise it because I don't want somebody to potentially screw around with what I'm going to do.
All right, but there's a wrinkle.
There's a wrinkle. There's a big wrinkle.
There's a big wrinkle.
Big wrinkle.
And-
You're not going to tell us.
no,
I
no.
can't
His
say-
attorney
Off
has
air,
advised him
My
not to.
attorney advised me to take the Fifth Amendment on
Off
this.
mic.
It's
After the show.
It's funny. Your attorney has
know,
done the
right?
slicing motion on half a dozen things, but it's the tailgate, the one. That's the one
That's
you
right,
listen
yeah.
to. That's the one
You
you
just wanna
listen
screw up
to.
the
I
tailgate.
can't. I don't. I back my
You
hand to
throw
see what he's doing.
you throw somebody under the bus for something horrible, and
But it's only the truth. The truth shall set
but
me
the
free.
tailgating. Oh, that's
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
My attorney's right. I won't talk about the tailgating
And
situation.
my attorney didn't voice his opinion about everything else. He voiced his opinion on this, so I'm taking him at my word. Yes.
Oh, my God. How many guests on Whiskey Business have their own attorney? I don't know, man.
Well, you know what? As I think back, probably a lot more should.
Well, Bill is my attorney in 2 or 3 categories. I have other attorneys for other categories.
I
I
understand.
have a gaming and liquor attorney, different person than Bill.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, we as members of the same, we have a variety of attorneys for different things. Yes, we do. Yeah.
Of course, yes.
Yeah. You know, yeah. We can't. We spread it out.
Exactly right.
Yeah. Okay. And that's all we'll say about that.
Exactly right. Yes.
All right. Let's get to it. What has changed superstition wise for this year? What has to change? What needs to change? What has been added? What has been subtracted? Because a lot.
There's not a lot of change. I have a new hat. I have new socks.
Okay, but that happens every year, right? A new hat.
Every year we don't win the national championship.
Did you wear a new hat, new sock, and the other ones get burned, thrown away? What
No,
happened?
I just wear them on regular occasions now.
Okay,
Not special occasions.
Okay,
Not football games.
all right. Do you actually burn anything?
Oh, if they have holes in them, I throw them away.
You throw them away.
Yes, like
Nothing's been burned
My
in
first
effigy?
ever pair of Ohio State underwear finally got holes in it a couple years ago. That's why I got a new pair of underwear because it was holes and I couldn't actually wear them anymore.
So what? So set the record straight. Do we owe you a new pair, or are you gonna keep wearing the pair?
I'm going to keep wearing the pair.
Okay.
But
But there's
I'm-
no holes in it.
There's no holes in it.
Okay. We'll finish your statement.
But I might.
Your attorney should be going like this.
Can we get a ruling on this?
No, it's nothing but they're Ohio State boxer shorts. There's nothing illegal about boxer shorts, for God's
No,
sakes.
not at all.
So I might switch up my home pair and my away pair this year.
Why?
because we lost a home game last year.
Okay.
Or one black and one white.
Yeah.
No, they're just different Ohio State boxers.
I thought they were. I thought you made me buy a black pair specifically.
Yes, correct.
And
he wants to feel sexy.
Correct me if I'm
Well,
wrong. If I
he
got
looks
this
good in
information-
black.
If I got this information wrong, is there going to be something with the uniforms this year?
They're wearing a different uniform for one of the home games.
One
Yes, a
home game,
special.
right? Right. So will you be doing anything special for
Fuck
that?
no,
too?
I wear the same jersey home and away.
Okay,
I don't
all
give a
right.
shit.
I don't just asking.
I'm not a sheep that follows
I
what,
just-
to buy
Just-
more shit.
I'm
Ohio
just
State wants me
asking.
to buy.
I don't
No.
know if they're wearing a different uniform. I don't know if in your world you have to do something different as well.
I have my
That's a
home-
legitimate question.
It is. I have my home 45 jersey, my away 45 jersey.
Okay. But
Do
you
you
understand, it's
still
a
come
legitimate question. If they're wearing a different uniform, it only stands to reason that I would ask Senator Demora if he would be wearing something different as well, to accommodate.
If we win the national championship, after wearing that jersey, I will buy one. But not. Okay.
Order!
Gentlemen. Gentlemen.
Good gentlemen of the court, please.
So that's another wrinkle.
okay.
My so.
Wait. I don't know if everybody can pick
Nobody
up what
can hear
he's
that.
saying.
No, so
He's asked
so the
about
person
Steve.
who sat next to me
Steve.
for the last 16 years at every home game moved to Thailand last Sunday.
Okay, so how does that affect it?
It affects me big time
How?
because he sat next to me for every game for home
Okay,
game for the
so
last 16 years.
So who sits next to you
Bill
now?
Mattis does now.
Bill Mattis is taking the 16-year seat?
Yes.
Whoa! Does he know
You
this?
better hope to
He
God,
just
Bill,
found
they
out.
He
win.
just found out. He just found out.
He said
So-
there was an opening.
He's,
and
Bill
now
is the
there-
new. Bill is the new Steve.
Yes.
Okay.
So,
All right. Wait. Pause.
He's gonna be called Old Steve now.
Pause. What happens if
he's out.
So you're saying,
But for those who don't know
You're
what Steve
saying-
is, maybe you should explain.
Steve has sat next to him
There's 16 seasons.
for 16 seasons through good, bad, and indifferent. And I should say that in the case of the occasional loss, you didn't blame it on Steve.
No.
No.
No, because Steve does what he's supposed to do at every game.
What's that?
He gets there when he's supposed to get there. He brings what he's supposed to bring,
Uh-huh.
and he goes in when I go in. So he's
So
never deviated from what he's supposed to
And
do.
does
He
Bill
is-
agree to all
Sometimes Bill
this?
Mattis wants to be an independent, and if he does that, he's out.
So Bill has to follow the
right.
same rules that Steve did.
Yes.
And if he
Which are?
And that means he has to get to the stadium a lot fucking earlier than he does right now. Yes.
so if he strays at all,
He's out.
There's a lot of pressure on Bill in order to keep
Yes.
this position.
Because now, but Bill and Karen have to understand that it goes Bill, Demora on the aisle,
Right.
then Bill Mattis, then Shelley, then Karen.
right. Gotcha.
Shelley has seat number 3.
Seat number 3.
But my girlfriend cannot sit next to me at home games because it's bad luck. So Bill Mattis will be there.
Whoa, your girlfriend can't what?
Cannot sit next to me at home games. It's bad luck.
Okay, all right.
So it goes Bill Demora on the aisle.
On the aisle. And Steve's seat.
14A, row 21, seats 30, 29, 28,
So
27.
he's in
Oh,
Steve's
God,
seat.
no.
He's in seat 29. I'm in seat 30.
Okay.
And then Shelley will be in seat 28 like she was. And then now Karen will be in seat 27.
Why can't Karen sit next to
Because
her
Shelley has to
husband?
be at least close.
attention?
Yes.
Listen, Hansberry.
But she's not sitting next to you, so you might as well let the
No,
couple sit next to
Because
each
she
other.
sat in seat 28 last year. She's sitting in 28 this year.
Fair enough.
Oh my God. But what if Steve calls you and says, "I'm in town, man"?
He's not coming back. He is not coming back for this football
Are you
season.
bumping Bill or what?
He's not coming back for this football season.
But
We only go one season at a time.
He was
Okay.
just giving you. He was just presenting a scenario.
But it's a scenario that's not going to occur. So
But if it did,
then Bill Mattis will be bumped.
I don't. He doesn't do hypotheticals.
hypothetically,
Then Bill Mattis will go back to the seats he sat in. So Bill Mattis sat in, I think, 4 different seat combinations last year, if I remember correctly.
You're not the heir apparent, Bill.
But of all the people that sit, Bill Mattis has sat next to me at games before. So Bill Mattis gets a seat next to me this season.
okay, all right, that's a lot.
Way to go,
I don't
Bill.
know who the pressure's on more.
No shit.
Your decision.
A lot of pressure.
If the pressure's on your decision, or if the pressure's on him you know what? I don't envy the son of a bitch at all. I really don't. I don't envy him at all. In fact, I feel bad for him. I feel bad for him.
better be
He's
wearing
going to go to
clean
every
underwear,
game just sitting there, just wringing his hands, going, "Oh Jesus!"
Oh shit.
I don't think so. Bill Mattis isn't like that at football.
No, he's not like that. But I'm saying that's a lot of pressure, and you know, it's like a mixed blessing. You know, you get to go. You're replacing Steve, the tried and true for 16 years, and yet, if you said, "Dino, you're the new Steve," I'm like, oh, "Yay, shit."
He'll never be on the podcast again. Wait a minute.
All right. So anything else?
I'm really excited for the season.
the behind the scenes.
Yeah, I don't care about the games.
So,
You know,
I mean, this
when
is
they're analyzing the game and breaking it all down and saying what the
yeah,
offense should have done and didn't do, and what the defense should have done and didn't do,
yeah,
and we'll be going with, it's got nothing to do. It's fucking Bill Matters. That's what
Yeah.
that is.
You didn't get back from the bathroom quick enough.
So also, this is the first season that I have 4 season tickets in my own name. Every other year, I would buy legislative tickets from other legislators and public officials. It's perfectly legal, Bill. I pay face value for them. It's perfectly legal. Nothing wrong about it. It's been happening forever. So I'm sorry, Bill. Everybody knows I've done this, including Ohio State. Who do you think got me all my away game tickets for all these other previous years? I didn't get them. It was all in the legislator. So
It's all legal.
it's all legal. Of course. So as Bill knows,
Ish.
and no, it's all legal. I pay.
Not ish.
I not ish. No
Not
issue about
ish.
it.
No ish. No ish. You're out now too.
That's right. You're out.
Chip's out. Now you're out.
I am required to pay face value for all tickets,
Yes.
and I'm not allowed to sell any ticket for above the price I pay for them. It's illegal.
You would never do that. You didn't do that when you.
No, never.
Ever.
Never.
You've never
ever,
done that.
Never done that.
It's
But-
scalping rules.
Before you were a senator.
No.
Correct, but-
Any
but-
ticket that he's offered up, when he's had extra tickets, he's either given them to somebody or face value. I can vouch for that.
That's correct.
150%.
But
That's fair.
and it's actually illegal for me now. It wasn't illegal for me before. It was just my personal morality. Now it is illegal for me to attempt to sell a ticket for more than I pay for it.
Oh well. Okay. All right.
Your morality. That's
Right.
great.
Right.
Yeah.
So I've
There's.
never done. As I tell people, if I charge Ticketmaster fees coming and going, I could have been a millionaire over time. I wouldn't have to work anymore.
Yeah,
but I don't do that.
You don't do that. You never have.
Never have done.
Never
Correct.
have done that.
Correct.
No. It's just.
Do you get tickets to Taylor Swift and things that come into the horseshoe?
I do get to buy every ticket early because I have seat licenses for every arena.
All right.
So I do get
were-
the option of buying them early. I
Were you
should've
at
bought-
Stevie Nicks the other night?
Of course we were Billy Joel, Stevie Nicks. Of course I was. I got my tickets, 24A, side stage, great seats.
You going to the boss?
Of course I'm going to the boss.
All right.
Did you go to Motley Crue and Alice Cooper?
Fuck no.
By the time this podcast drops, he'll be here and gone. But are you going to go see Barry Manilow on Friday?
I didn't know it was here Friday.
He's here this Friday.
Not
Yeah,
at the
he's a nationwide.
So
arena.
I actually,
He's a nationwide
my best
arena.
friend from high school's father died after going to his funeral on Friday in Cleveland. So
I'm sorry. All right, thanks for bringing the room down.
sorry. Well, I mean, you asked. I'm not going to that's going to woman's funeral.
Good night,
Yeah,
everybody.
yeah,
Good night.
yeah.
But I do love Barry Manilow. I'm a Barry Manilow.
Good, me too. I'm, yeah.
I didn't know he was coming in town, but I can't go because
I can't go. I can't go.
I have family. I have to go.
I understand. But I'm saying, if you could have gone, you could have gone.
Correct.
Yeah. All right. That's good to know. It's good to know. Huh.
That's great.
All right. You know what? I just had a thought flash in my head.
What was
then
that?
well, no.
Very rarely you get thoughts.
No. When you said, you have seat licenses for everything, and I started to think opportunistically, and I go, I've never asked him for a goddamn thing in all the years I've known him.
You should.
But
You're my friend.
Yeah,
I
I
do things
know,
for my
but
friends.
I'm still not.
I
Gonna,
buy
I'm
tickets
still-
for concerts I don't
I'm
go
still
to
not
all the
going
time.
to.
For me.
When's the last time you went to a OSU football game?
It's been a while.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I remember you talking about it.
You come to Youngstown State of Western Kentucky, but you're not going to a good game until we actually get one under your belt.
I gotta get a trainer game.
That's right.
Underneath my
Absolutely.
belt.
man.
I would go to Youngstown State.
He did the same with his girlfriend, so don't feel
Youngstown
obligated.
State.
That's true too.
Who you taking to Springsteen?
My girlfriend Shelley, of course.
What if she?
What if he loses?
What if he loses?
To Springsteen, there's no such thing as I don't have any concert superstitions.
Maybe you should start. Yeah, I heard that it's really bad to take your girlfriend to Bruce Springsteen.
Yeah, you should really
show,
take
yeah.
your best friend.
He's
You
been
should
getting
take-
sick.
you should take
a lot
some-
lately.
Oh, I
Canceling
a
shows.
friend of Bill Madison and I, a mutual friend. I took her to a couple of Bruce Springsteen concerts.
Oh, I've never seen him.
This is my 23rd time of seeing him.
I've never
whoa.
seen Bruce Springsteen. It's on my bucket.
Mary Catherine, you know who
It's,
it is.
it's on my bucket list.
I took Mary Catherine twice.
I've never seen Bruce. No, never seen Bruce. Huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, I do.
He does.
Yeah, of course I
Make it
do.
happen, neighbor.
All right,
Is that for the room or just Dino, right?
Yeah, just Dino.
All right, fine.
And that's
All right,
why-
boys, I'll tell you all about it on the next podcast.
All right.
Yeah, not the whiskey boys, just Dino.
Have you seen Bruce Springsteen?
Have not, no. I'd
Have
like
you
to.
seen Bruce Springsteen?
No.
Have you seen- And you're not going to now.
I'm sorry. I got 4 middle-aged white guys I'm sitting with, and none of them have seen Bruce Springsteen before. That's unbelievable.
I know.
I've seen him 23 times.
Oh my god.
It's just one of those things. I have most of his albums downstairs. Albums.
I know albums.
I have most of his albums downstairs.
I've seen Bob Dylan 6 times.
Well, I've
Does
seen
that count?
the only person I've seen more than Bruce Springsteen was the late Michael Stanley. I've seen him
Michael Stanley,
Michael
legend.
Stanley,
Cleveland
R.I.P.
legend.
28 times.
Cleveland
in some
legend.
machination or another.
Cleveland
Yeah.
Rocks. Cleveland
Yes.
Rocks.
That's the
Cleveland
one.
legend.
No, that's not his song.
It's not his
He doesn't
song.
sing Cleveland Rocks. He
Who
sings
that?
Cleveland Rocks is somebody else.
No, I thought Chris
He was
saying
no. He's My Town. Is Michael Stanley, not Cleveland Rocks. Don't argue with a guy who grew up
I'll
on Michael
delete that
Stanley.
song.
Cleveland
argue
Rocks
with
is
him.
not a Michael Stanley song.
Okay, we're gonna whip out the phone here.
Cleveland Rogers is that fat comedian with the glasses. I can't remember. who that was.
Carey.
Michael Stanley's song about Cleveland is My Town.
My Town.
Okay,
Yeah.
what's the Cleveland Rocks one then?
Who the fuck knows? It ain't
Cheap
Bruce
Trick?
Springsteen, no. I mean, it ain't Michael Stanley.
Oh,
man.
that's the 70s show.
knows?
Oh my gosh.
Do a tag right there, because this is our next. Go ahead.
What's that? Do a what?
Do it.
Hit a tab there. There you go.
These are the edits.
I can see that mark.
Oh, can you?
Yeah.
Excellent. A little behind the scenes.
You guys talking technical stuff?
Yeah, behind the scenes tech talk.
It's called
I'm
a.
sorry, I can't help myself.
No, it's not you.
Listen, as a guy who was issue 1 is bullshit and was an instantaneous
right?
online hit for that, I'm the guy that swears.
No, that's okay. No,
Oh, no,
I
no,
thought
we're
it
not.
was
We're not
funny, the whole
editing that.
Bruce
It's not-
Springsteen.
they're
yeah.
doing something else that
I
had nothing
love
to do with
it.
it. Yeah.
Speaking
Yeah.
of that, what do you think about that whole issue 1?
What do you
bullcrap?
think he thinks about it?
I
He
think
went
he
on
thinks it's shit.
Instagram going
I
saying
voted
it's bullshit.
No. I voted no.
I voted no.
We all voted no.
It was
Everybody with a
stupid.
brain voted no. Yes,
Yeah, what a waste of time.
it's
Not a waste of time. It was
Money.
necessary to go down that path to get where we need to get.
Right.
And where we go from here is debatable. Not debatable, but
I think the choices you passed this in November.
yeah.
Maybe not. It's not going to be 14 points.
Right.
It's going to be a little closer, but it's going to pass. Recreational marijuana. Who knows?
Oh,
What do
I
you
was
think?
about to ask
Yeah,
about
yeah,
that.
It's got a shot. It's got a
Well, the
shot.
problem is they have no money.
It's because they're spending it all on pot.
That's right. They keep forgetting to send the money.
I was gonna say that's Dino's goof. They just keep forgetting to show up and do shit.
What I said jokingly on the air when they didn't have enough signatures is that they just lost count.
Yeah, that's probably correct. But they have no money right now. They have no money, so I don't know what's going to happen to them.
I think
Okay.
it's just people are for it or against it. You know?
Yes, but if you have more than one issue
Yeah.
on the ballot, and you have local, I mean, Columbus is going to have another 3 issues on the ballot: schools, library, other stuff. So if you don't know what's going on, you get lost in the
I'm
shuffle.
always going to vote for schools. I'm always going to vote for libraries.
Right. You got
But if
Well, most
marijuana's on the ballot,
intelligent, progressive people, that's the answer you get.
I
But-
worked in a library all through high school.
Yes.
And I love libraries.
And Dino, you're educated and progressive, but there are a lot of people that oh, they're not banning enough books for me. I ain't got to vote for the library. That's what people think about sometimes.
but if marijuana's on the ballot, it'll bring out
Ballot?
the younger
No,
people.
ballot. Not ballad.
Sorry, ballot.
Looks like
Younger people. Younger
That's a
people will
ballad.
show up, and they usually tend to skew toward the left, to the left a little bit.
Well, you think younger people will vote, but who the hell knows?
Well, enough
there's
to
those
make a
statistics-
difference.
But my theory is people who show up are gonna be like, what the fuck? Say yes. That's my theory.
That's
Sorry,
if-
Christine.
That's if it passes with a yes vote. They can screw that stuff around. It could be vote no.
Yeah,
I mean, so,
they
I mean-
they were doing that with the issue 1. They're confusing everybody.
Correct. So that's what I'm saying. So don't until the ballot board votes tomorrow on the choice issue, and then a little bit down the line on the marijuana issue. Don't assume it's going to be yes votes on both of them. The Republicans are trying to dick around with shit.
So we have to assign weed equals no or yes.
If that's what you want to do, yes. I am not going to hold up a weed pot. down
I'm
and say
not.
whatever.
I'm not saying I would do that or
Of course
wouldn't
you
do
would.
that. I'm
That's
just
what you're saying right now.
Yeah.
But I'm not doing that.
No. Okay.
That's just crazy. Why
All
can't
right.
Republicans and
All right, let's not get too deep into politics.
Now, here's a question though.
Please,
so,
please, do not get too deep into politics.
why can't we just learn to work together?
I'm not here to talk about
this
this.
is-
Like
this is
football.
a legitimate
Football and
question.
bourbon.
Football and bourbon. Let's
is a
keep
bourbon.
it- Stay somewhat on track this
All right, let's
evening
steer
and not
the
very
course.
too far away.
A lawyer
If
is,
all right.
if they
indicating
recreationalize marijuana, would it be under Jim Canepa?
So let me just burst your bubbles, all of you.
something. Uh-oh.
Medical marijuana,
Not gonna
recreational
burst mine.
marijuana is initiated statute. The choice issue is a constitutional amendment. If the choice issue passes, it's in the Constitution, and the only way it can be repealed is by another vote of the people on a constitutional vote. Initiated statute, which is what recreational marijuana is a statute. 2 months after it passes, the legislature can say, "Screw you, I'm not doing it," and completely ignore it and not pass it.
Because it's not on
Because it's
the
not a constitutional amendment.
Constitution.
It's
And it would
initiated
have to
statute.
be 60% of the population.
No, 60% of anything. What are you talking about? 60% gets beat down. So, but
That's
trying
the
to
one.
be
That's
funny.
the one.
but the
why you voted
legislature,
no.
Ask
the
a legitimate
legislature,
question. Now he's trying to make a
the
mockery
legislature can say, I don't want recreational marijuana. I'm gonna pass something
All right.
completely against it. They can't do that if the choice ballot issue passes. It's a constitutional amendment. Only the voters can repeal it. Initiated statute. Right now, the way the law is written, the legislature can overturn it 2 months later.
Fair enough.
I
I
actually-
just was curious
yeah.
because of the
There's a big difference.
because we talk all the time about Ohio being a control state. Where
thought
would
maybe-
marijuana fall
where-
into
yeah.
this? That's all I'm asking. Yeah.
No
yeah,
one
yeah,
knows,
yeah.
and
Yeah.
I can guarantee you, if it passes, the legislature will not allow it to happen.
Fair enough.
The Senate president.
So it's
is-
not gonna happen.
The
It's
Senate
long
president
story short.
hates marijuana, and he's running the show right now, and
right?
the governor's against it. So
Such a
that's-
square.
We'll see. My issue is I don't, is that it's called recreational marijuana because anytime I've smoked pot, I've done nothing recreational whatsoever except sit on the couch and go, nope, not that, not that, not that, not that.
You spend a lot of time trying to find the right TV show.
and fall asleep.
You're lucky.
All right, so let me backtrack again and start to wrap this up, if you will. Any other superstitious things that need to be addressed before we, so we can wrap this up officially, and also I have one last question.
Okay, so this is a different year.
This is a different year.
The
I have
guy
one last
next
question.
to me is not there.
Right.
I am not a senator. I've never been a senator to watch an Ohio State home game
Right.
before.
I know
So,
this is all new things.
so if I'm ever going to change things, this will be the year to do it because I'm already changing two very big things. And if I want to change things, I might change other things. But knowing me, who knows? The
If
other
the-
thing that we can't talk about, my attorney said I can't talk about, is also a big change. So I don't know what's going to happen. This could be a completely year that who knows what's going to happen. I look at myself saying, in my mindset, I'm going to try to do all these things, but I might have to change a few things.
change a few things. Here's a big question. All right.
And since my girlfriend's not going to be at the Western Kentucky game because she's going to be out of town,
Yeah.
that kind of eliminates one thing that used to happen before home games now.
Okay.
So
Well,
just
and-
leave it alone. Leave it alone. Let it lie.
You don't wanna
Let
be
it-
banned.
Let it lie.
and she won't be sitting in the seat, one seat right after Bill Manis. So another thing is going to happen. I mean, now we're playing Western Kentucky, so I'm not really worried about it.
Right.
As I told, as I told some people, on the elevator today at the State House.
It's a short elevator, by the way.
Was the elevator stuck?
No. So,
because
no.
I don't see you
Like
wrapping
3
that up
stories.
No,
in
so-
a couple of
It was
floor
A
rides.
Republican senator and I were meeting on some very serious issues,
All right.
and he has the 4 seats behind me
Oh,
at Ohio State home
interesting.
games.
Interesting.
And
I love
he told
that.
me that he's bringing his mother and his 2 kids to the Western Kentucky game.
I'm
And-
sorry.
And I said, I will. I'm certain if I have to use the F word at Western Kentucky, then we're all in trouble. So I said, I will do my best to be as calm and use other wording than my typical words at a football game.
Right.
I said, because if I need him for Western Kentucky, we're all in a heap of trouble.
Yeah.
So I'm going to try to do that for him.
That's very respectful. Talk about, crossing party lines to do the right thing.
Yes.
All right.
So at the Team Up North game last year, because he sat behind me for that game, I, of course, was alliterating very frequently.
I bet.
Using colorful language.
And he and his buddies were drinking 3 beers every 10 minutes each.
Okay.
So, and he was doing some things that, aren't most football fans don't do. So we had a mutual pact. Exactly.
So you made a compromise.
Made a compromise.
Made a compromise.
So
That's good.
So
That's good.
he did tell me that he's only going to come to 2 or 3 games this year, and one of them was going to bring his mother
And his
and
kids.
2 kids
And 2 kids.
to Western Kentucky.
And Western, if I understood you correctly, I have a choice between Youngstown State and Western Kentucky. Those are 2 of the games. Well, I think even though my heart wants to go to Youngstown State
Just to see what happens.
see what happens with it, because it's an Ohio team. I kind of want to go to Western Kentucky now to see
Just to witness that,
just to
I
witness.
didn't promise you would sit next to me if you went to a game.
No. Hey.
But maybe you will.
No. Seat number 3.
Yeah, because Shelly's not there.
Put on a
Yeah, I
wig.
would take Shelly's seat.
Maybe you will.
I would take
That's a
Shelly's
good
seat.
idea.
And be deprived of sitting next to Karen Mattis because she'll be.
No, Karen's next to you. You're between Bill and Karen.
Oh, that's a good
You
idea.
get the best seat in the house, honestly.
Yeah, seat 3.
Great people. They're good people.
Oh, finish the last question. Okay.
My last question, because and it goes back. I come full circle because I sincerely complimented you on your commitment to being a senator, and you're doing a great job. I mean, you work tirelessly, which I wish everybody in your position did the same thing. And I'm not casting aspersions on anybody who seemingly is not, but I know what you do, and I wish that work ethic was applied all the way around. Okay,
I
but
agree.
all right, now if you mentioned, and I'm only asking this because you mentioned it, things are different this year. Steve's not there. I'm a senator this year. If the Buckeyes, God forbid, oh please, God forbid, because I really don't want to be in a Billy Demora world where the Buckeyes stumble terribly and have a losing season.
Oh, the worst.
If they were to have
I see where this is
a
going.
losing season, just
I hear you.
hypothetical once again. If they were to have a losing season, as
I might not live to see the end of it.
as you are senator,
I might not live to see the end of it.
you? And then the opportunity rolls around again for you to run again for senator.
Well, that's 4 years from now, though.
I understand that, but they
3.5.
lost. But I'm saying they had a
On
losing
your
season.
watch.
They had a losing season on your watch.
Never beat Michigan. Never beat
I'm
Michigan.
always afraid to ask
beat
it.
Michigan
I'm always afraid
every
to ask
year.
it, but I have to. If they had a losing season while you were senator, what would you do? Would you run for senate again?
Or would you step down?
Because you love the job. I know you work tirelessly, and I know you say that it's a huge responsibility, and it's occupied way more of your time than you thought it would, but you've committed to that. And I asked you before, like, hey, now that you've been in the job, would you do it again? He goes, of course I'm going to do it again, because you're committed to that, and you're committed to trying to do the right things to make things right as much as you possibly can. But when you factor in this whole crazy superstitious Buckeye thing, what would you do?
Well, again, the odds that we have a losing season, the odds.
You're putting a caveat.
It's very political of you to start off with, but I'm asking you point blank.
Objection, Your Honor.
I wouldn't run again.
You would seriously? You wouldn't run again? You would think it goes that deep?
It does. Ohio State football is the only thing that keeps me from working. The only time I don't really work is when Ohio State plays football.
It's just like one Saturday.
It's
And,
12 Saturdays.
It's
plus a bowl game.
I'm one Saturday
13.
a week is what I'm saying during
Right.
the season. And I don't think if you're working tirelessly Monday through Friday,
You're already the hardest
you're
working
okay.
senator
I think
in
you're
Ohio.
okay to take a Saturday.
But I
off.
don't. But I mean, I work.
Agreed.
I mean, I have no off hours except when Ohio State plays football, and then everybody
I
knows
understand.
I don't work. I'm at
Well,
football games.
I'm going to throw this right in your face. I don't think that's true. I don't think that's true. I
hope it never comes to that.
It won't ever come to that. But I'm telling you right now, I see you, I know you, and I think that you would change your mind, because
blame
much
it on
like
someone else.
any tenure in any position in politics, you never get done what you want to get done in the first time you have to do it. So you need more time to continue your work.
But see, that doesn't relate to me though.
Huh?
It doesn't relate to me because I can't get anything done as a minority right now. So I can't.
yeah,
I cannot
kinda.
pass
So
any
you say,
legislation.
I understand that, but you're making a difference. You're if nothing else, you're making a difference just from the fact of your ethics, your beliefs, and how you work. That, my friend, I'm sorry, makes a difference. Maybe not legislatively speaking, you can't pass anything, you can't do this, but it makes a difference. You being in the position that you're in and the commitment that you're in, it makes a difference. So I call bullshit. It never happened that Ohio State has a losing season, but if you are committed to this job as much as you are, and I know you are, I see you changing your mind, and I won't hold it against you whatsoever, because I think what you're doing and how you're doing it is good for Ohio. So, but I appreciate the initial honest answer that I wouldn't run again, but I don't believe it.
Yeah.
and if that leaves you off the hook, then so be it. But
Yes.
one question from the crowd,
question,
absolutely.
Here, go ahead, Chip. Can you give him that mic?
Yeah,
so
sure,
we
you
can
can.
hear it?
Meet him halfway, Bill.
Come on over here, Bill.
Question from the crowd, so we
Ladies
can
and
actually
gentlemen,
hear
question
it
from the
on the
audience.
podcast. Careful, Chip.
Hey, we got a
Question
real
from
mic
the
and
crowd.
we use
The
it.
quarterback that William wants wears the number 33. Isn't that bad mojo?
Ooh, why is 33
From
bad
your
mojo?
world.
Why is bad?
Why is it bad mojo?
33. 33 for a quarterback?
Who cares?
Do you think it should be in the?
What was your
the
thinking
teams
of
or
that?
Something? Is that what he?
What's your reasoning behind 33, Bill?
33 is a bad luck number.
According to whom? Well, you're full of shit.
Don't hold back.
I mean, listen.
quarterback that wore 33.
Back in the old days, I'm sure there was one, but I mean, it was too old for me to know. But
Maybe the last Ohio State quarterback that wore 33.
I have no idea.
Last Ohio State player that wore 33.
It was a linebacker.
Right.
That's why it's cool. He's forging his own ground there.
Jersey numbers, I don't. Listen,
It doesn't matter to
the
you.
number 13 was Maurice Claret. He won us a national championship game, for God's sake.
Well,
That's true.
I don't
So-
think 13's an unlucky number.
No, I mean,
Some of
Only
my best
after the
days,
championship
some of
game.
my best days in
for
life have
most
been on
people,
Friday
that's
the
an unlucky number,
13th.
but the guy won us a national championship. So how's it unlucky? I don't. 33, I believe, was Marcus Merrick. Back in the day.
I don't know.
Or well, it was
You
we
would
had
know
Merrick
the
and we
best.
had another linebacker whose name is escaping me because I've on my 18th bourbon.
We forgive you.
It was a linebacker in the 80s at 33. I want to say it was Marcus Merrick, but it could have been the guy who played with Marcus Merrick at the time, whose name escapes me. So they were both great players. I have no issue with 33. I think it's cool that a guy have a linebacker mentality playing quarterback, running over people. I think that's great.
Is 33 an unlucky number? And just
It's an unlucky. He thinks it's an unlucky number. There's
general,
something
or
in his past that 33 is not ringing true to him. So, I mean, he has a.
I was superstitious.
If you were, apparently you are a little bit superstitious, a little stitious. So 33. So all
only
right.
stitch.
no, he doesn't watch this
Yeah.
show.
And so numbers
All right.
are not part of your repertoire, is what
All
you're
right.
saying there.
I'm gonna wrap it up.
Yeah.
Can we do business?
I mean, we
Good
do a little
idea.
business before we wrap it
This
up.
was fun.
But I want to thank. I'll do a thank you to Jim Canepa for
this is rad.
giving Billy a couple of
good
these
stuff, man.
samples of some stuff that we're going to have in the fall. OKI is coming, and based on those two choices, I think Ohio's going to be very happy with what's coming. And there's some other big special stuff coming, but I'm going to leave that for Mr. Canepa. I'm going to get him on the podcast to talk about the other big reveals that might be coming to Ohio in the fall. And I will tell you this much: it will help put to rest some of you who bitch about the fact that Ohio doesn't get anything good, because we do. We're getting more good all the time.
That's correct.
So I will tease you with that the news that Canepa sits down and tells us on that particular
It's
podcast
great news. I can't wait.
will be great. So I'll leave that for him. Secondly, this is a fine whiskey.
I like it better neat.
Like it better neat.
I like it better neat. Yeah.
This is the Woodford Reserve that the Columbus Italian Club selected without me.
It's very drinkable, and the label
Dino
is
could
nice.
not make
I
it.
didn't.
Dino was
without me,
invited and could not attend the
make it.
tasting.
But it's drinkable. It's good, and I'm glad it's only $54 a bottle.
That's actually pretty good, right?
But it's smooth and it's good and it's tasty.
$54 for a liter.
For a
not
liter.
A fifth, a liter.
A liter.
Oh, shit.
Well, but it's cool because
liter.
no one else has it. You
No
know,
one else had it. It's one of
cool.
a kind,
There you
and
go.
I'm not being disparaging. I'm just saying compared to our earlier selections, it's not.
Do you blame Woodford or do you blame the guys who picked
I
it
blame myself.
for not going?
I blame myself
myself.
for not being there and
We're picking our date for
Yeah.
Peerless
I blame
around
myself.
your schedule.
I don't
Fearless
blame
is
anybody.
funny.
I don't blame any of the fine gentlemen that went and selected this whiskey. I blame myself for not being able to
Fair
attend.
enough.
Don't be
It's
so hard on
me.
yourself, Dino.
It's on me.
Take the high road there, Dino.
Yeah, good
I
job.
always take the high road.
Of course you do.
I always take the
I
high
think
road.
everybody here does.
I try to anyway. So
Not me.
I don't either.
yeah, you kind of do. You kind of do.
Not when it comes to bourbon selection, I don't.
No. Thank you, buddy. Again, thank you. I hope
My
this.
favorite day of the year.
I hope this satisfies the super. Oh, that was no. I did have one last final question.
Oh yeah.
When does this fucking end? Where you have to be on every time
So, I have
before
decided-
the season?
I have decided
Oh, shit.
if Ohio State wins another national championship,
We're done.
we're all done.
We're done?
I'm done going to games. I'm done with Superstitious.
Wow.
I'm done with everything. I want one more national title, and then I'm hanging it all up.
You're for
not
real.
even going to a
This
game?
is on. This is this.
Hanging it up.
This is you're
One
on
more title, I'm hanging it up.
Not even a game.
one more national title, and
And
then
I'm
we're
hanging it up.
and we're all released.
I'm not going to game. I'm going to hang it up. I'm going to
You-
stop everything. I'm not going.
You're gonna go to games.
Maybe not.
Can you sell me your tickets? Because I.
Face value. Face value.
You
only.
can't. You can't. So, wow. Okay.
One more title. I'm going to hang up. I'm going to go out a winner like Peyton Manning did. I want to go out a winner.
Tom Brady. Oh.
You've had
Fuck-
so.
fuck
You've had.
Tom Brady. I can't stand that piece of shit.
Stop opening up doors.
hate
It'll
Tom
keep this
Brady.
podcast going
Goddamn
longer.
Sorry.
I want to go out a winner. One title. I'm hanging up my shingles. I'm done. I'm
Okay.
done with everything. I'm
Okay.
done. I'm done with getting up at 3:30 in the morning, go tailgate. I'm done with everything.
Gonna buy the casket with scarlet and gray on the outside.
Yeah.
Oh, I mean cremated. Bill Mattis is my. If Bill Mattis knows, I leave money in my will to spread ashes on the finish line of Churchill Downs and the 50-yard line of Ohio Stadium.
That's right.
In my will, I leave money for that. And right now, Bill Mattis got first crack because he's the executor.
He's the executive of your will.
He is.
And boy, I bet you that.
Of course he can. I mean, they have runs. They have a 5K run in Ohio Stadium and 50-yard line every year. And
All you gotta do is
Churchill
stick that-
Downs.
Stick that shit
I
in
mean,
your fucking
every day but Derby Day and Oaks Day, you can go up to the finish line. There's nobody there, and put the ashes there. It's easy. And I'm leaving $5,000 to do those two things
I'll do it
Why
for
$5,000?
$3,000?
Why $5,000?
because I want to make sure that it gets done.
Oh, can't you get it done for? Hansberry said for $3.
2,500 plus hotel.
I have a life insurance policy for $5,000.
You can't take it with you, right? That's
I'm
right.
dead as done.
I bet. How,
That's huge, Dino.
I
That's huge.
I know, but I have to think that your will, much like my will, which is incomplete, is constantly has to constantly be changing.
I'm still working on mine.
Since my brother had his last child, my will's done forever now.
Done forever? Oh, okay. Because I have a working one that I've not really finalized because I keep taking people
Well, you
on and off.
could
of it.
theoretically have grandkids.
On
Now
and
now-
off.
Hey, he's pulling at me for off.
Now that your daughter is engaged,
My daughter
you
is
could have
engaged.
children, and you have to change your will. In my case, my brothers had done having children. I have so his 3 kids get everything, and my will is done. I have nobody else to leave money.
I also want to be cremated, which is not favored in the Greek Orthodox Church, but I
Dino,
don't
you got-
really care.
Yeah, you got to use a computer more than you use a typewriter for your will. That's why it's
Well,
hard.
that's part of it. Yeah, no, but there's a lot of things that I want, certain things that I want to, much like you.
Bill Mattis you get some of my stuff in my will, and so does Bill.
What do I get?
You're down for getting bourbon, I believe.
Oh. I mean, God bless you. I hope you live a long, long time.
That's
That's what I meant.
So Bill, no, what is that, Bill? What does he get? He get
Got to get it before he drinks it.
oh, no, I bet 165 bottles of bourbon in my house right now.
Yes, he
Holy
does.
shit.
Yeah.
How old was your father when he passed away?
Your father
99.
was
And I had-
99
Wow.
and very close to 100. Yeah.
There's no chance, Dino. No chance, brother. No chance.
No, that's okay. I'll go before you go, Billy, and that's
Cigarettes
fine.
will kill you, yes.
No, they're not going to kill me.
No,
No.
not yet. They haven't done it yet.
No. It'll be something else, something stupid.
Your girlfriend then.
No, something like I said, something ridiculous will happen. That'll.
That's 1 hour 30, by the way, if you want to mark that one.
Yeah, okay. And you said you didn't want it. Okay, all right. Johnny apparently needs his bed. He needs his sleepy time.
Well, he didn't get pizza tonight. That's the problem.
No. The girlfriend comment. We could cut that out.
Oh, we can cut that out. Yeah, we can cut that out. We don't have to cut that out.
Okay.
We don't cut anything out. Well,
I don't.
Actually, I'll confer with your attorney to see what we have to cut out.
that's right.
Yeah, before it's all said and
And the
done.
football tickets are perfectly legal. There's nothing.
Of course. You know what? Out of everything we discussed, that's the least of our worries. Whether or not the football tickets are legitimate or not. All right, friend. Oh my God. Obviously, our paths will continue to cross as they always do. But thank you again and for being here, and I appreciate it. And I won't repeat myself. Thank you for everything that you're doing for the state of Ohio. Thank you for being my friend.
Yes.
Go Bucks. Let's go. Let's kick off the season right. Billy Demora, this part of it, we've done our due diligence.
Let's go.
We've done our part.
Yeah.
The rest, on you. It's on you. It's on
Don't
you.
blow it.
Neighbor Bill Madison.
And
blow it,
the new
Madisons.
Steve. The new Steve. Yeah. The new Steve. All right. You got business you got to do real quick before we say goodbye?
Whiskey Business is the podcast, not so much about whiskey as it is one with whiskey.
Nice.
There's a lot of whiskey to learn. Whiskeybusinesspod.com, where it's our HQ. It's our homepage. You can find all sorts of things. We have videos, our archived episodes, writings, photographs.
I need to do some more writings.
Also, you'll find us on your favorite podcasting app. Just go ahead and rate and subscribe wherever you are. You might as well just share it with your friends too. Why not?
Why not?
Why not? Don't cost nothing.
Why not? Don't cost nothing.
YouTube Whiskey Business with Dino Tripodis.
Yes.
Smash that little bell button. Smash that little subscribe button, and you'll get all the notifications you need.
And if you like flatulence and Macho
my
Man Randy
God.
Savage,
Oh, God,
check
don't-
us out. Okay.
Yeah, Johnny got a new Whiskey Business short on
Nice.
that. Do me a favor, watch it so
Please.
it does get up into the thousands
on,
like he
man.
promised.
Just so he'll
What?
stop
I
talking
thought
about it.
maybe it would happen.
It will.
No, it won't.
It will.
No,
It
never.
will.
Whenever I try, it never happens.
Whenever you don't try.
Whenever don't
Yeah.
try, it goes into thousands.
You had a video of a vat of our whiskey.
Yes.
It was huge.
It was huge. Yeah.
Speaking of whiskey, I want to hear about your new barrel pick coming up.
Not our barrel pick, our actual whiskey
Yeah.
that
Yeah,
we're
we
creating
picked
from
it.
the ground
So
up.
what is that? It's
It'll be 2 years
From
plus
Echo
from now.
Spirits.
Yes.
From Echo Spirits, yeah.
whose stuff is all sucked till now.
No.
nice.
Their rise,
Be
their
nice.
rise
Tend to
their
see
rise
the
are
rise really good.
award-winning rise, and you need to. I need
Try
to
the
take
rye.
you down there to drink some of their rye whiskeys.
Yes.
And
folks.
They're in my
Yeah.
district, so I'm all for it.
yeah, no, they're
Gil
good
and
guys.
Joe would like to see
Yeah,
you. In the,
out of everything that's what I'm cutting from the podcast. But yeah, we're very. It's going to be a 4-grain whiskey. I told you that with blue corn.
4-grain bourbon with blue corn.
I love
Yes.
blue corn.
A 4-grain whiskey. A 4-grain whiskey.
There's a bourbon because it has.
it'll be a bourbon.
It's a whiskey that has 4 grains in it.
yes.
Is what I'm
Is
saying.
it bourbon or is it whiskey? There's a big difference.
It'll be bourbon.
It's got 4 grains.
Because
It's a
all bourbon
bourbon.
is whiskey, but not whiskey is
It's a
bourbon.
bourbon.
It reminds me of the bluegrass stuff you brought from
52%
Lexington at one
corn.
time.
Yeah.
Blue corn.
And 2 years. We're good.
Over probably over 2 before it's all said and
All right,
done.
I'm
Good Lord.
trying.
I'm gonna be around.
37% rye, and the rest is some wheat and just and a touch of malted
Some weed
butter.
or wheat?
Wheat.
We would be
Yeah,
actually a
weed.
good idea.
Yeah, we got ahead of the recreational marijuana thing, and we threw
Yes.
some
We're
weed
hoping
in
in 2
there.
years.
Yeah.
If you get past it, just pass it.
We're just
Some
keeping a good
golden
thought.
Yes.
All right. So, on behalf of our guest, Billy Demora, because he hates being called Senator, Greg Hansberry on the audio side, John Whitney on the video side, Chip Cassell on all sides.
Thank you.
Thank you, buddy. Takes a lot of the great pictures that you see posted online. My name is Dino Tripodis. I'm so glad I finally get to say this. Until the next bottle, see ya.
Woohoo!